Welcome to PodWeCast. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more great content. And if you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Let's dive in.
Okay, so being alone in the wilderness for a full 24 hours,
Yeah,
it's a little scary, right?
it can be, yeah.
But we're going to break it down for you today in this deep dive.
We are.
We're going to give you the knowledge to not just survive,
Right.
but to really thrive out there
Yeah.
because you have that instinct already.
You do. It's in you. It's amazing how the mind works, you know?
Absolutely.
You think about survival and we immediately go to like that worst case scenario.
Right.
But humans are so resilient.
I love that.
And that's what's so fascinating.
So no need to panic.
No.
We got this, right?
We do.
You know the basics: shelter, water, fire, food.
Right.
The big four, but we're
Yeah.
going to take it a step further.
Absolutely.
And we're going to talk about the mental game of survival as well.
Yeah, because that's a huge part of it.
So we'll even touch on some real-life survival stories, like
Chris McCandless,
Chris McCandless, right?
who went into the Alaskan wild.
Right.
Seeking self-discovery.
And then Julianne Kopeck,
Oh, yeah.
who survived a plane crash in the Amazon.
Unbelievable. I remember reading about her, yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't she, like, use the skills she learned from her parents,
she did.
who were scientists,
Mm-hmm.
even though she didn't have any formal survival training?
Exactly.
I think she followed a stream.
Yeah, she followed a stream
Because her dad had told her.
because her father had given her the advice that water often leads to civilization.
Wow.
And it just shows you sometimes the most basic knowledge
Right.
can make all the difference.
It's incredible.
It is.
So let's start with those essentials, the big four.
Okay.
And let's say you're out there,
Right.
sun's going down,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to find shelter
Mhm.
fast.
Right.
What's the most important thing to think about?
I would say exposure is the biggest threat,
Okay.
especially as temperatures drop.
Yeah.
So a simple lean-to or an A-frame shelter
Right.
can be built,
Yeah.
using branches and leaves.
I was on a trip once,
Yeah.
and I got caught in, like, a sudden downpour.
Oh, wow.
And even a hastily constructed lean-to
Yeah.
felt like a palace
I can imagine it.
at that moment.
And just having that,
Yeah,
that designated safe space,
right.
I bet that must be such a huge comfort.
A huge psychological comfort.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is my zone.
Yeah.
I'm protected.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a reminder that
Yeah.
you're resilient.
Right.
You can create order in this
Yeah.
chaotic situation.
All right, so shelter, check.
Mm-hmm.
What about water?
All right.
It seems like it's everywhere in nature.
It does, doesn't it?
Right, but
But that's the thing.
what do we need to be careful of?
That pristine stream you see
Yeah,
could be harboring all sorts of microscopic
right.
little nasties that could just knock you off your feet.
Oh, yeah.
Dehydration is a risk.
Right.
But getting sick from contaminated water
Yeah.
is also a big risk.
So purification is essential.
It is absolutely non-negotiable.
Okay.
Boiling is the gold standard,
Mm-hmm.
but purification tablets or a portable water filter
Yeah.
are lifesavers if you can't build a fire right away.
Right.
I've learned that the hard way.
Oh, no. What had
Go ahead.
happened?
Oh, Giardia.
Oh,
Not fun.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it'll put a damper on your wilderness experience.
yeah.
Sure.
I'm taking notes.
Good.
Purification tablets, check.
Oh, there you go.
Now, fire,
All right.
obviously for warmth.
Yeah.
But what are some other benefits that maybe people wouldn't immediately think of?
Well, the psychological comfort of a fire is immense.
Okay.
That dancing light,
Yeah.
the crackling sound.
Right.
It's primal.
Yeah.
It connects us to our ancestors.
It does.
Plus, the smoke can help keep insects away.
Oh, that's a good point. I
Yeah.
hadn't thought about that.
And of course, it's the most effective way to signal for help.
Right, right. Like those distress signals.
Yeah.
3 fires.
Yeah.
But, starting a fire, it can be kind of intimidating.
It can, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay.
There are simple techniques that can help you get a flame going,
Mm-hmm.
even in damp conditions.
Okay.
The key is understanding the science behind it.
Right.
Tinder, kindling, fuel.
Yeah.
And once you get that down,
Yeah.
almost like magic.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get into the nitty-gritty of fire.
No, we are for sure.
Now, food. How crucial is it really for that 24-hour period?
So honestly, it's less critical than the other three.
Really?
You can go a day without eating,
Okay.
but shelter, water, and fire are immediate needs.
So maybe don't need to pack the gourmet snacks?
Probably not.
Okay.
But knowing which plants are safe to eat is a good skill to have.
Okay, like what?
think common things like dandelions,
Yeah.
clovers,
Right.
they may not be a 5-star meal,
Right.
but they can provide some sustenance in a pinch.
But how do I know for sure that it's a dandelion and not, something poisonous?
That's where the rule of threes comes in.
Okay.
Never eat a plant unless you can positively identify it
Yeah.
in 3 different ways.
Ah.
Look it up in a field guide, pictures,
Right.
even smell it.
Right.
If it's unfamiliar,
Yeah.
don't risk it.
Rule of threes. Got it.
Got it.
Safety first.
Always.
So we've covered the practical essentials.
We have.
Now I think it's time to get into the mental game.
Yeah.
Because being alone out there, everything's heightened.
Yeah, your senses are on high alert.
Yeah, that's got to mess with you, right?
It's a little bit.
It does, yeah.
So how do we deal with that?
Right.
What's the expert advice on staying mentally tough when you're like,
Yeah, it's like someone cranked up the volume on all your senses.
right?
Every rustle of leaves sounds like a bear.
Right.
Every shadow looks like a mountain lion.
Exactly.
And then the silence.
Oh, yeah.
That can be the most unnerving of all. Absolutely.
Yeah, so the key is action.
Okay.
When your mind starts to race,
Right.
focus on tasks,
Uh-huh.
building a shelter,
Yeah.
finding water,
Mm-hmm.
collecting firewood.
Right.
It's amazing how those anxieties fade
Yeah.
when you're engaged in purposeful activity.
It's like that saying, right?
Yeah,
Idle hands are the devil's workshop.
exactly.
But in this case, it's idle minds we need to worry about.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Keep your mind busy, your
Right.
hands busy.
Hmm.
You'll be amazed at what you can accomplish,
That's a good point.
even in the face of fear.
Action over fear.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's dive into those real-life stories you mentioned.
Okay.
Let's start with Chris McCandless,
Okay.
the young man who ventured into the Alaskan wilderness.
Right.
And his story.
Yeah, Chris's story is fascinating because
Yeah.
it highlights the allure of self-sufficiency,
Mm-hmm.
but also the harsh realities of the wilderness.
Right.
He survived for over 100 days,
Yeah.
relying on foraging and hunting.
Yeah.
But his idealism led him to neglect some crucial aspects of preparedness.
So he was resourceful, but maybe not as prepared
Yeah, yeah,
as
so
he
he's-
could have been.
Right.
What do you think would have made a difference for him?
Well, he had a deep connection to nature,
Right.
but he lacked detailed maps of the area,
Okay.
which is crucial for navigation,
Right.
in that vast and unforgiving terrain.
Yeah.
And his gear, while adequate for warmer conditions,
Yeah.
wasn't sufficient for the harsh Alaskan winters.
Right.
And maybe, most crucially,
Yeah.
he lacked a deeper understanding of the local flora and fauna.
Oh, right.
He misidentified a particular plant,
Oh, wow.
and that ultimately contributed to his tragic end.
Yeah, that's a good reminder that romanticizing the wilderness
He is.
can be dangerous.
It can be.
Nature demands respect.
Yes,
Knowledge is key.
it is. Nature is a powerful force.
Yeah.
And while we can learn to coexist with it,
Right.
we have to approach it with humility
Absolutely.
and a willingness to learn.
Now I'm even more intrigued by Julian Kopeke's story.
Right.
Surviving 11 days in the Amazon
Yeah.
after a plane crash
Incredible.
with no survival train.
Yeah, what's remarkable is that she didn't panic.
Wow.
She used her limited resources,
Right.
her father's advice,
Yeah.
and her sheer willpower to stay alive.
This is amazing.
She battled insects, parasites, hunger, thirst.
Wow.
She never gave up hope.
It's like she tapped into something primal.
She did,
Yeah.
some ancestral knowledge
Right.
when she needed it most.
But for those of us who maybe haven't spent our lives in the rainforest,
Yeah.
what are some essential pieces of gear that can make a difference?
You don't need to go overboard,
Okay.
but a few key items can significantly increase your chances of survival.
Like what?
A good knife,
Okay.
a fire starter,
Mm-hmm.
water purification tablets,
Right.
and a compact emergency blanket.
Okay, I always think of a knife as like a long-term survival thing.
Yeah.
But why is it so important for even just 24 hours?
Well, a knife is like an extension of your hand in the wilderness.
Okay.
You can use it for everything.
Yeah.
Cutting cordage,
Mm-hmm.
preparing tinder for fire,
Okay.
even self-defense, if absolutely necessary.
Right.
Think about it, even for Chris McCandless,
Yeah.
having a sturdy knife could have been a game changer.
That's a good point.
It's about being prepared
It is.
for the unexpected.
And it's like a multi-tool in one.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so we got our shelter, we got our fire, our trusty knife. We know we need to find it early.
Yeah.
But how do we actually locate a source?
Well, think like an animal tracker.
Okay.
Look for areas with lush vegetation.
Okay.
That's a good indicator of water nearby.
Right.
Follow animal trails,
Okay.
especially those leading downhill. They often lead to water sources.
So we're like wilderness detectives.
You are, yeah, looking for those clues.
That nature's giving us.
Exactly.
Okay, so we found water,
Mm-hmm.
but we need to purify it, right?
We do.
I've got my tablets ready to go,
Okay, good.
but what if I run out?
Mm.
Or what if I want to be extra cautious?
Yeah, well, boiling is always the most reliable.
Right.
But if you can't build a fire immediately,
Hmm.
you can use sunlight to purify water.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
How does that work?
So it's called solar disinfection.
Oh, wow.
You fill a clear plastic bottle with water,
Okay.
leave it in direct sunlight for at least 6 hours.
Wow.
The UV rays kill most harmful bacteria and viruses.
That is amazing.
It's not as fast as boiling,
Right.
but it's a good backup method if you're in a bind.
I love how nature provides. Even when we're like, I'm stuck.
Right.
This is great.
Right.
Okay, we got our water.
We do.
Let's go back to shelter.
Right.
We talked about lean-tos, A-frames.
Yeah. But are there other quick and easy options if we're in a time crunch?
Absolutely. Even piling up
Okay.
leaves and branches
Yeah.
against a fallen log
Mm-hmm.
or rock face
Okay.
can create a makeshift windbreak
Right.
and provide some insulation.
So it's not about building,
It's not about a 5-star hotel.
like a perfect structure.
No, it's about creating a psychological and physical barrier.
Right. Feeling protected.
Exactly.
And I imagine that's even more important when it starts to get dark out there.
It is. Darkness can amplify fears.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so crucial to have your shelter built before nightfall.
Okay.
Fumbling around in the dark trying to construct something
Yeah.
when you're already tired and stressed.
Yeah. No one wants that.
Not a good recipe.
No.
So build that shelter while you still have daylight.
That's a good point.
Avoid that extra stress.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say we're lost.
Right.
And we know staying put is generally the best advice.
But what if we need to signal for help?
Okay.
What are the most effective ways to do that?
Well, the universal distress signal
Yeah.
is 3 of anything,
Okay.
3 fires,
Right.
3 piles of rocks or branches,
Yeah.
3 whistle blasts.
Okay.
This pattern is recognized internationally
Wow.
as a sign of distress.
Okay. So loud and clear,
Loud and clear
but also strategic. Right.
and strategic.
About where we're placing those signals.
Exactly.
What about during the day when a fire may not be as visible?
Right.
Are there other methods we can use?
Well, mirrors
Okay.
or any reflective surface
Right.
can be lifesavers.
Oh, okay.
Reflecting sunlight in short bursts can be seen for miles,
Wow.
especially from the air.
Okay.
I once used a CD I found on the trail.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Can
amazing.
signal a search and rescue helicopter.
Wow. Think outside the box.
There you go.
Use whatever you have.
Exactly.
Okay, but nighttime
Yeah.
in the wilderness, pretty intimidating, right? It's the most intimidating. Yeah.
Yeah. How do we manage that fear
Right.
when darkness falls?
Darkness changes everything.
It does.
Our primal fears kick in.
Yeah.
Imaginations run wild.
Absolutely.
But if you have a fire,
Right.
keep it going throughout the night,
Oh.
that light and warmth provide comfort
Mm-hmm.
and deters animals.
Right.
And even without a fire,
Okay.
you can create a safe zone around your shelter
Oh, okay.
using stones or branches to mark a boundary.
So even if we can't get rid of all the fear,
Yeah.
we can feel like we have a little bit more control.
Yeah, it's a visual reminder
Right. A sense of safety.
of your protected space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I like that.
Good.
Okay. I think it's time for another story.
Okay.
A harrowing one
Yeah.
about Aaron Ralston,
Aaron?
the hiker who had to make an unimaginable choice.
Yeah, so his story is a powerful example
Yeah.
of mental fortitude.
Right.
He was trapped for 5 days.
Wow.
His arm pinned beneath a boulder. Oh my gosh.
And he knew his only option was to amputate his own arm
Wow.
to escape.
That is intense.
And it wasn't just physical strength that got him through.
Right.
It was his mental clarity,
right.
his acceptance of the situation,
Yeah.
and his absolute determination to survive.
So it makes you think about
Yeah,
what our limits are, right?
it does.
And how far are we willing to go,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
It highlights something that we're going to talk about.
Okay.
The power of positive visualization.
Yeah.
He mentally rehearsed the amputation,
Oh, wow.
visualizing himself succeeding.
That's amazing.
And that mental preparation was crucial to his survival.
That's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's address the,
What?
the
The bear in the woods.
elephant in the room, the bear in the woods, animal encounters.
Oh, yeah. We all fear that, right?
Yeah, so what's the best approach if we come face to face with a wild animal?
So it's important to remember
Yeah,
that most animals avoid humans.
they do. Yeah.
They're more scared of us than we are of them.
Right.
But if you do encounter a bear,
Okay.
the key is to stay calm.
Okay.
Avoid eye contact
Mm-hmm.
and speak in a soothing voice.
Okay.
Don't run,
Don't run.
as that triggers their chase instinct.
Yeah, okay.
And snakes,
Yeah.
stay still.
Okay.
Let them move away.
Okay, so respecting their space,
Yeah.
showing them we're not a threat.
Exactly.
Okay, let's shift gears to navigation.
All right.
If we need to move, even slightly,
Right.
to find water or shelter, how do we not get lost?
Okay, the sun is your compass.
Okay.
It rises in the east,
Right.
sets in the west.
Yeah.
Even on a cloudy day,
Yeah. Yeah.
you can use the shadows cast by objects
Oh, that's a good point.
to get a general sense of direction.
So even if we don't have a compass, we can still use nature to guide us.
Absolutely.
What about streams?
Yeah.
I've heard those can be helpful.
So streams often lead to larger bodies of water
Okay.
or even civilization. But remember,
Yeah.
the general rule is to stay put
Okay.
unless you have a clear, safe direction to head in.
All right, stay put unless we know where we're going.
Exactly.
Got it.
Wandering aimlessly can lead you further astray.
Right. Okay. I want to revisit that idea
Okay.
of positive visualization.
Right.
It sounds almost too simple,
Right.
but how does it work?
It's more than just positive thinking.
Okay.
Research shows that mentally rehearsing a task
Yeah.
can actually improve performance.
So, in a survival situation,
Mm-hmm.
picturing ourselves succeeding
Yeah.
can actually help us
Absolutely.
increase our chances.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It is, yeah.
So, like, if I'm anxious about a presentation,
Yeah.
I can picture myself doing it well.
Yeah, you can visualize yourself delivering that presentation
Right.
with confidence and clarity,
Yeah.
feeling that sense of accomplishment as you finish.
It's like we can influence our reality
We
with our
can.
minds.
It's powerful stuff.
It is. Okay, one last thing before we wrap up this section.
Okay.
Leaving a plan.
Yes.
So important.
It's non-negotiable.
It's non-negotiable.
Even for just 24 hours.
Yeah, leaving a detailed plan with someone you trust
Right.
is absolutely essential.
Okay.
It should include your route,
Yeah.
your time frame,
Mm-hmm.
and any backup plans you have
Okay.
in case of weather changes or unexpected events.
Right.
This gives rescuers a starting point
Right.
if something goes wrong.
So it's not about being pessimistic.
No, it's about being responsible.
It's about peace of mind for everyone.
It is
Right.
for both you and your loved ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, we've covered a lot.
We have.
From building shelter
Mhm.
to finding water
Yep.
to really mentally preparing ourselves
Yeah.
for the challenge.
It's been a good start.
It has. But we're just getting started.
We are.
So stay with us.
Stick around.
This deep dive is just getting interesting.
It is. So welcome back to the Deep Dive.
We're back.
I hope you're feeling inspired
I am.
to delve deeper into the art of wilderness survival.
I'm ready.
Good.
Okay. You know, when we think about survival food,
Yeah.
our minds automatically go to like berries,
Right.
maybe catching a fish.
Yeah, trying to catch a fish.
But there's this whole other category that I think
Oh.
we need to talk about.
Right.
That people don't really like to think about.
Yeah. What's that?
Insects.
Ah, the creepy crawlies.
Yeah,
That's
I know. But
Right.
they can be a really good source of protein
It can, yeah.
in survival situations.
In many cultures, they're a staple food source,
Yeah.
packed with protein,
Yeah.
and oftentimes easier to catch than larger animals.
Okay. That's a good point.
Think about it. Grasshoppers, crickets,
Right.
even ants,
Yeah.
all readily available in most environments.
Okay, but how do we know which ones are safe
Yeah,
to eat?
good question. Steer clear of brightly colored insects,
Okay.
those with a lot of hair,
Mhm.
or any that emit a strong odor.
Oh, okay.
Oftentimes, those are signs of toxicity.
Okay, so bright colors, lots of hair, strong odor.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Stay away, yeah.
But again, rule of threes, right?
Absolutely. If you're unsure, err on the side of caution.
Yeah. Good point.
But honestly, even with those creepy crawlies,
Yeah.
It's more about mental preparation than anything else.
Yeah,
Right.
like that willingness to just
Health.
try things
Exactly.
that maybe we wouldn't normally.
Get out of your comfort zone.
Right, yeah.
It's a huge part of survival.
Okay, so we're ready to eat insects if we have to.
Okay, good.
But what about when that panic sets in?
Yeah.
You know, feeling overwhelmed, lost, alone.
Panic is like a wildfire
Right.
in the mind.
Yeah,
It can spread quickly
it does.
and consume all rational thinking.
Right.
So that's why it's crucial
Yeah.
to have strategies in place
Okay.
to ground yourself when those feelings start to take over.
So like what can we actually do?
Grounding techniques. Okay. Deep, slow breaths.
Mm-hmm.
Counting objects around you.
Right.
Focusing on a simple task, like organizing your gear.
Okay.
You know, it's about shifting your attention
Yeah.
from that internal chaos
Ah.
to something external.
Right, external
Like-
and manageable.
Yeah, like hitting the reset
Oh,
button
yes, yeah.
on your nervous system.
Yeah.
Creating a routine can also help.
It can.
Even in a survival situation,
Mhm.
you know, having a set of tasks
Yeah.
that you're doing.
Tending the fire,
Mm-hmm.
collecting water,
Yeah.
checking your surroundings,
Okay.
provides a sense of order and purpose.
Routine equals control.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah. It's about creating a sense of normalcy
Right.
in this really extraordinary situation.
Right. I love that.
Good.
All right, time for another real-life inspiration story.
Okay.
Amanda Eller,
Oh, yeah.
who was lost in a Hawaiian forest
Wow.
for 17 days.
So Amanda's story is remarkable.
It is because she used her knowledge of the local environment to her advantage.
Okay.
She foraged for edible plants,
Okay.
found water sources,
Yeah.
and even fashioned a makeshift shelter
Wow.
from leaves and branches.
So resourceful.
She was, but what's even more impressive
Yeah.
is that she maintained a positive attitude
Wow. 17 days.
throughout her ordeal.
Yeah.
She never lost hope.
So it's not just about the skills, it's about the mindset.
Absolutely.
The belief
Yeah.
that you will be found.
You got to think about it, 17 days.
It's longer than most people go on vacation.
I know, right?
It's incredible.
Yeah,
It's truly a testament to the human spirit.
it is.
Okay, so we've talked about the importance of having cordage
Yeah.
or rope,
Hmm.
but what if we don't have any?
Right.
Can we improvise rope from natural materials?
You absolutely can.
Yeah,
It's a skill that our ancestors relied on for centuries.
right.
Plants like stinging nettle,
Mm-hmm.
yucca, and willow bark are excellent sources of strong, durable fibers.
Wow.
By stripping, twisting, and braiding these fibers,
Oh,
you can create rope.
right.
That's surprisingly strong.
It's like weaving a lifeline
It is.
from the environment itself.
Yeah, exactly.
But I imagine that takes practice.
It does take practice, but it's a skill worth developing.
Right. Yeah.
And once you understand the basic principles,
Yeah.
you can start to see the potential in all sorts of
Yeah.
plants and materials.
So it's like we have to open our eyes
Yeah, just open your eyes.
to the possibilities
Yeah,
that
exactly.
are around us.
You got it.
Okay, let's talk about bugs
Okay.
and pesky critters. How do we protect ourselves?
Well, you have to remember,
Yeah.
you're entering their domain.
Right.
So a little respect is in order,
Okay.
but natural repellents can be surprisingly effective.
Okay.
Mud,
Mm-hmm.
smoke,
Yeah.
even crushed plants
Okay.
like peppermint or eucalyptus
Yeah.
can help keep insects at bay.
So we're using nature
Yeah.
to combat nature.
That's it.
I like it.
Yeah.
What about larger animals?
Okay, fire is your best friend.
Oh.
Keeping a fire burning throughout the night
Right.
creates a barrier of light and heat
Mm.
that most animals will avoid.
Okay.
And making noise,
Right.
clapping your hands, singing, talking loudly.
Let's make our presence known.
You got it.
We're here.
Yeah.
Don't mess with us.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, back to navigation.
All right.
We talked about the sun,
Yeah.
but what if it's cloudy?
Okay.
Or we're trying to find our way at night?
Right.
Are there other natural tools?
Well, even on a cloudy day,
Yeah.
you can use shadows to determine direction.
Okay.
It's called the shadow stick method.
Right.
You place a stick upright in the ground
Mm-hmm.
and mark the tip of its shadow.
Right.
As the sun moves across the sky,
Yeah.
the shadow will shift,
Okay.
allowing you to determine east and west.
That's so cool. Like a natural sundial.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What about navigating at night
Okay.
using the stars? Is that something?
It is in the northern hemisphere.
Yeah.
The North Star is your guide.
Okay.
It's always located due north.
Yeah.
So once you've identified it,
Yeah.
You can use it to orient yourself,
Right.
even in the darkest of nights.
It's amazing how much wisdom is embedded
It is.
in the natural world. Like,
Yeah.
our ancestors, they knew what they were doing.
He did.
Okay, so we talked a lot about the physical skills,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to go back to the mental game
Okay.
for a minute.
Right.
You know, we talked about positive visualization,
Yeah.
grounding techniques.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other strategies?
Well,
Yeah.
hydration is often overlooked,
Okay.
but it's crucial,
Yeah.
not just for physical health,
Right.
but for mental clarity.
Right. So,
Dehydration can lead to fatigue,
right.
confusion,
Yeah.
anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
all of which can impair your decision-making.
So even if water is scarce, we need to be sipping regularly
Regularly throughout the day.
to keep our wits about us.
Yes. Keep those wins about you.
Okay. And conserving energy.
Yes, that's equally important.
Yeah.
Avoid overexertion,
Mm-hmm.
especially during the hottest part of the day.
Right.
Rest when you need to. Pace yourself.
Right. Listen to your body.
Exactly.
Okay. So action, rest,
Mm-hmm.
finding that balance.
The balance.
Is there anything else that can help us stay focused and motivated?
Something as simple as keeping a journal can be incredibly beneficial.
A journal
Yeah.
in a survival situation.
It's not about writing a memoir.
Right.
It's about creating
Yeah.
a sense of purpose and structure.
Okay.
You can use it to track time,
Yeah.
document your observations,
Right.
jot down important reminders,
Mm-hmm.
even record your thoughts and feelings.
Okay.
This process keeps your mind engaged,
Okay.
reduces feelings of boredom or isolation.
It's like you're creating a dialogue with yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, when you're physically alone.
Yeah,
I like that.
good.
Okay, I'm adding a journal to my kit.
All right, good.
It's amazing
It is.
how such a simple thing
Yeah.
can make such a big difference.
It can.
All right, we've got to hear another story.
Okay.
An amazing survival story.
All right, let's do it.
This one takes us to the Australian outback
Oh, wow.
and the incredible journey of Ricky McGee.
Ricky, all right.
So Ricky's story is a testament to human adaptability.
It is.
He was stranded in the outback for 71 days,
Oh, my goodness.
facing those extreme temperatures,
Yeah.
dehydration,
Mhm.
starvation.
Yeah.
He survived by drinking water from a dam,
Wow.
foraging for edible plants,
Mm-hmm.
even eating insects and frogs.
Oh, wow.
He built a makeshift shelter,
Right.
but most importantly, he never gave up hope.
71 days.
71 days.
That's remarkable.
What kept him going?
His will to live, His refusal to give up.
Yeah.
He tapped into an incredible reserve
Yeah.
of inner strength and resourcefulness.
Wow.
He found ways to adapt to his environment,
Right.
to make use of what was available to him.
It's like he became one with the outback.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, before we move on,
Okay.
I want to touch on something that we haven't talked a lot about.
Right.
First aid.
Okay.
We know that
Mm-hmm.
even a minor injury can become a big problem out there.
It can. The first rule of wilderness, first aid,
Yeah.
is prevention.
Okay.
Be mindful of your surroundings.
Right.
Watch your step.
Mm-hmm.
Avoid unnecessary risks.
Right. Safety first.
But if an injury does occur,
Yeah.
even something as simple as a cut or blister,
Okay.
it's crucial to treat it promptly
Okay.
to prevent infection.
But what can we do? We're not carrying,
Yeah.
fully equipped first aid kits.
Right, so you don't need a lot of fancy equipment.
Okay.
The key is to improvise with what's available. Clean any wounds thoroughly with the cleanest water you can find.
Mm-hmm.
If you have antiseptic wipes
Oh.
or ointment in your survival kit,
Yeah.
use them.
Right.
Otherwise, look for plants
Yeah.
with known antibacterial properties.
Oh, okay.
Some types of leaves can even be used
Really?
as makeshift bandages.
That's amazing.
It is, yeah.
What about more serious injuries?
Okay, so immobilization is key.
Okay.
So for a sprain,
Yeah.
you can create a splint using sticks and cordage
Okay.
to support that injured area.
Yeah.
And if you suspect a fracture,
Right.
try to keep the limb as still as possible
Okay.
and seek help immediately.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Well, we've covered so much in this deep dive.
We have.
From basic shelter building
Mhm.
to advanced navigation techniques to
Yeah.
the psychological aspects of survival.
We've been through a lot.
But we're not done yet.
We are not.
One more segment to go.
Okay.
And it's all about those inspiring stories of human resilience and the power of the human spirit.
I love it.
So stay with us.
We'll be right back.
All right, so we're back for the final part
We are.
of our deep dive
Yes.
into wilderness survival.
All excited.
Me too, I have to say.
Right.
I'm feeling a newfound sense of confidence after exploring all of these techniques and stories.
It is incredible, isn't it?
It is.
What humans are capable of
Yeah.
when faced with a challenge.
Yeah, we have this
Yeah, right.
innate drive to survive, to adapt, to overcome.
It's pretty amazing.
Okay, before we say goodbye,
Okay.
we have one more extraordinary survival story to share.
All right. Who is it?
This one takes us to the Arctic.
Oh, wow.
Ada Blackjack,
Aga Blackjack.
the woman who survived alone on Wrangel Island
Oh, wow.
for over 2 years.
2 years.
So Ada's story
Incredible.
is one of quiet courage and incredible resourcefulness.
Amazing.
So she was part of a small expedition
Mm-hmm.
to Wrangel Island in the early 1920s.
Oh, okay.
And they were going to establish a permanent settlement?
Right. Things went wrong.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, the expedition was poorly planned from the start.
Okay.
They were ill-equipped for those harsh Arctic conditions.
All right.
Their supplies dwindled quickly.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Why was she left alone?
So 3 of the men decided to set out for Siberia
Okay.
to seek help,
Right.
leaving Ada behind
Mm-hmm.
with an ailing expedition member who was too sick to travel.
So she was stranded
Basically, yeah.
with a sick man
Yeah.
in one of the most remote places on Earth.
One of the most remote and unforgiving.
And then what happened?
Well, tragically, the man she was caring for passed away,
Oh, wow.
leaving Ada completely alone.
Wow.
She had no formal survival training,
Right.
but she drew upon her skills as a seamstress,
Okay.
her Inuit heritage,
Mhm.
and her sheer determination to survive.
How did she stay alive?
So she taught herself to hunt seals, using their meat for food,
Right.
their blubber for fuel.
Wow.
She built a makeshift shelter
Right.
to protect herself from the brutal Arctic winds,
Yeah.
learned to navigate that icy terrain,
It's incredible.
and through it all,
Yeah.
she maintained a sense of hope,
Wow.
clinging to the belief that she would eventually be rescued.
What a testament to the human spirit.
It is.
All right, so we've talked a lot about positive visualization throughout this entire deep dive.
We have.
Can you explain a little bit more about how that works?
Yeah, so positive visualization
Yeah.
is a technique used by athletes,
Mm-hmm.
performers,
Right.
anyone looking to enhance their performance
Okay.
and manage stress.
Okay.
So it's about creating a clear mental picture
Yeah.
of yourself achieving a desired outcome.
So it's not just,
It's not just daydreaming.
daydreaming or
Mhm.
wishful thinking.
It's much more than that.
Okay.
It's about engaging all your senses, making that visualization as vivid and realistic as possible.
Okay.
Imagine yourself succeeding at a specific task
Right.
or overcoming a particular challenge.
Okay.
See yourself in detail. Feel the emotions associated with that success.
Yeah.
Hear the sounds of your environment.
So if I'm nervous about a presentation,
Yes.
I can picture myself.
Yeah.
in that-
Delivering it with confidence and clarity.
Right.
Feeling that sense of accomplishment as you finish.
It's like we're training our brain
They are.
to believe that success is possible.
You're programming your mind for success.
I love that.
Yeah.
So we have this power within
Yeah.
our own mind
To shape our reality.
to shape our reality.
It's powerful stuff.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, as we wrap up
Okay.
this deep dive,
Right.
I want to leave our listeners with a final thought.
Okay.
We've talked about the skills,
Mm.
the gear, the mental strategies,
Yeah.
but what do you think is the most essential ingredient
The most essential.
for survival?
Yeah. For survival.
That thing that can make the difference.
I think it's the unwavering belief in our own ability
Right.
to overcome adversity.
Yeah.
It's that spark of hope that keeps us going when
Yeah.
things get tough.
Absolutely.
It's that inner voice that whispers, you can do this.
I love that.
It's the resilience of the human spirit, that
Yeah.
indomitable force that resides within each of us,
Yeah.
waiting to be ignited.
That is a beautiful way to end our show.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us
It's been a pleasure.
on this incredible journey
Yeah,
into the world of wilderness survival.
it has been.
Knowledge is power.
It is.
Preparation is key.
Yes,
And the human spirit is capable of extraordinary things.
absolutely.
So get out there,
Yeah, get out there.
explore,
Explore.
and never stop believing in your ability to thrive,
Yes.
no matter what.
No matter what challenges you face.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure to Sack.